Coach Riveiro. Welcome, Coach. Can you just give us a brief summary of the match from your perspective, sir?
Good evening, everyone. The game that we expected with the opponent waiting for us, not really applying pressing, not committing, just waiting and waiting with very fast players up front to try to create some problems in transitions. I think we started in a good way, in a very good one, dominating, and I think in the first 10 minutes, 10-12, we have a lot of good chances to get the lead and put the game in a good scenario for us early to get more control, but we couldn't. We got a little bit frustrated in some actions in the last meters, and I think we were a little bit like too focused in having a short game, too focused in scoring early and get the lead early and forgetting some other responsibilities that we have when we don't finish the actions, when the opponent gets the ball back in the turnovers, and there were, from my point of view, 2-3 actions in the first half that should never happen. One of those actions, they managed to get the lead. Second half, as usual, when the opponent is leading, there's a lot of interruptions, and the rhythm was a little bit lower than in our first 30 minutes. But little by little, we managed to put them in jail, to not allow them to run in transitions, to have more continuity in our attempts, even though it was not the cleanest game we played this season in attack. But I think we managed to create enough and to get the result that I think my team deserved today by far. Very, very important 3 points.
Now open for questions from the floor. Take the first 3, starting with Lorenz, Walter, and Mr. Shezi, Mr. Hatem, you good? Someone about Hatem. That's more.
Coach Lorenzo from DDC Times. Just in terms of mentality of the team today, obviously there was a period where the crowd was anxious, creating anxiety on the field of the players as well. Then coming into the second half, that showed like this fighting spirit that really, we want this, we want to fight in the title race. And also your bench, there was an injury and things like that. Your bench came on, and each one of your changes came in with that fighting spirit and made an impact. Like, how pleased are you about that everyone in this team, and even the bench, is showing that fighting spirit to die for this team right now?
I think it's clearly is the key for us during the whole season, in terms of what we are achieving in terms of result performances. The quality of this player is not a question. I think everybody knows that they are good enough to play in this club, to challenge for each and every title, to perform in the way that they are doing. The key is to do it every day, even in your bad games, or not bad games. Sorry, it's more about my limitations with the English. Today was not a bad game from our side, but it's one of those games that it's not looking nice. You're not gonna win the game playing beautiful, but still you have to look for the result. We managed to, or we fortunate to have a striker like Evidence on the bench, also to come in with Chejo to keep Gordinho and Fasica more busy in those last 15 minutes, and giving more space for some other options in the box or arrivals. I mean, everyone is really committed. We're having a very tough season in terms of games, trainings, traveling, and we're learning a lot from that. I said to the guys now that all of those things that are happening to us during this season are helping to develop a decent level of resilience and you can see that whatever happened in the games for us, the team never gave up so far, and today they did an extra effort in order to get the result, and like I said, probably was not in a fashionable way, is the correct word, but effective enough, and giving our fans also the proper answer to their demands during the game.
Good.
Thanks very much. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
From City Press. I could be wrong, but if I remember, the first time, this is the second time you win a match where you conceded a goal first. I think it happened in your first match against Chiba United. And the 3 games that you lost, 1-1 win and a 4-1 defeat to Sundowns, you also conceded first. Did you go like, here we go again, after Cape Town City scored? And also, what does it do? Were the players aware that when they concede first, they struggle to win matches?
We just did it now. We came back now, just now, a few minutes ago. I mean, the team is capable not to control. Control sounds a little bit arrogant, but I think that this team show in every different competition this season. We play a final, we start the game losing, if I'm not wrong. Am I wrong? Early this season. So there's nothing in that level, in that sense, that this team needs to prove. I mean, we found ourselves in different scenarios in the Champions League, in the league, and I think the team has never lost their face. We have never abandoned one game, losing, getting the lead, and then the opponent scoring, equalizing. The team is always there. Whoever is coming from the bench, whoever is replacing injury players, there's no such a thing, in my opinion, and it just happened now. I think there were games that like you said, we lost. Stellenbosch here, they scored 1-0, one transition similar than today. I think we played one of our best games here in Orlando, but we didn't score. So then if we analyze how accurate we are in front of the goal, it's a different story. But if we analyze the performances, which is my obligation to do, I don't know, there's what you are saying, it's something that maybe only it's in your mind, but not in ours for sure. Not at all.
Good evening, Coach. Congratulations on the victory. Coach, this is a bit of a holistic question. But the last time that we've seen an influx of young players coming from the academy is probably 20 years ago, and Costa Republic just part of the club. What exactly is it that you see from these young players that makes you think they are ready for the first team? And what's the relationship between you and Coach Dugumakanya to say, you know what, this player is now ready for the first team? You took him closely out in Alali, you put him, straight in, 20 minutes left. Mbogazi now, who's the captain of the DDC team, is on the bench. What makes you think this player from the Pirates Academy is ready?
No, I think it's a mistake to. For me, it could be nice to say no. It's about me, that I'm giving opportunities and I'm the brave one. I think we have to give value to the whole club. To first of all, with doing a good scouting in the early stages, to have good players in our DDC, then give them the proper platform there to showcase their talent, have a good communication between the different departments in the club, an honest one, and then it's about find the right moments for them, the right timing. During the seasons, this is my first season here. In every season, we try to create that space for them with players like I think Rele is a clear example, but there's many more and many more that will come in the future, because, like I said, it's not about Riveiro. It's about the club having a clear vision of the team that they want to have in the future, and the way that the talent, one of the how you call it, like talent pools for the club is that we don't have to go all the time to the market when we have the right player, the right profile already at home. And in the end of the day, every player is coming from one academy. No one is coming from a different planet and suddenly playing here. It's coming from a different academy. You know, we are all coming from academies. So sometimes we look at our own academy like it's a highest risk somehow, and I don't think so. Like I said many times, what you get from the academy players is something that you cannot get from anywhere else. They will give you always something special because they feel the club in a different way. They've been here as ball boys, they were around the guys, you know, for 1 or 2 seasons, and suddenly they are playing with them. They are ready to give you something extra that maybe you cannot get somewhere else. Makes sense? So, but it's about the vision of the club and trying to do it as good as possible with mistakes. Sometimes it's not gonna work perfect all the time, but I think so far, Coach Joseph, the people who is between, you know, the first team and the second team, everybody is doing a good job. I think for the rest of the players who are already part of the structure, might be an extra motivation, an extra hope to see Rele, Mbocacci, Dlossi, the other ones who are there around, like Azola, Rayopane, Cesane. There's a lot of names, I think, for them to feel proud of these boys, and at the same time to wish to be there as soon as possible.
I'll take the final 3 questions.
Good evening, Coach. Siasana here from the Sunday World newspaper. Coach, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
We are now halfway through the season. We have 3 games in hand. So you perhaps see that as an advantage or disadvantage, given the fact that we know the games in hand don't necessarily mean win all of those games.
Yeah, of course. We have the 3 games, but we have to capitalize those games in points. Otherwise, it means nothing. No, I don't personal. This is a personal answer. Okay, I know the situation this season. It's been a little bit unique, the way that we start the season in the league and all the problems that we went through in the beginning. So the schedule is being. I think today is our game. All the competitions, I think, is our game 33, if I'm not wrong, 32 or 33. Maybe some of you knows. And we are finishing February, and it's our game 15 in the league in the end of February, which is something that usually is not like that. So I would like to be, all of us, in the same number of games, so we really know where we are, because it's a dangerous picture to see for all of us, to see that the top of the table is 9 or 10 or 12 points far from us, when it's not totally real. Still, the possibility to get close. We have to work hard to make it possible, but still possible. But it can be something that for the fans, not for us, I want to think that not for us, but sometimes when you look at the table, I don't do it, I promise you. I used to have a look of the table in the last 4 or 5 games, maybe, to see some other, but I'm not a person who is permanently, doing the maths there, and there's nothing for me to gain with that. So I wish, but again, it's just a wish. There's nothing we can do. The league and the competitions are the way they are right now, and we just try to do our best in whichever game is coming. I'm talking too much today. Yeah? Sorry.
Coach, good evening.
Good evening.
From the Star newspaper. Coach, in the past few months, you are not a fan of rotation. You've said that.
A lot of?
You are not a fan of rotating players. But you've always said that, Coach, there will be a time when you will need some of the players to be involved in helping this team going forward. So recently we've seen Shalu come in, we've seen Rondo come in, it was good in Musa, let's say it's a settlement from Rome. maybe do you think this is the time now that everyone has to step in and try to help the team going forward? Is that time arrived when you need everyone?
Yeah, if you have a look of what's coming in March, in April, I think you will find the answer there. Games will come thick and fast. We're going to compete every 3 days. We have to play a lot of games away from home in the league. Netbank, we're playing away. Champions League in the 1st of April, we have to play away. So we're gonna spend a lot of time on the road. That's an extra load for the players as well. Every match we're going to play is gonna be a final for us because it is what it is. And when you play into the limit, obviously is when you usually you go to war. You will come back with some wounds and knocks and stuff. So, as you said, it's important that at the same time that we're losing some of our players because of injuries. There's in a big squad like ours, we're talking about 37 players in the squad. Usually, there's a moment of the season where some of the players are going to the garage to do the reparations, and others are coming, like you said, Goodman today. Some others are getting close. Bandile Shandu, it's been a while for him, so it's really nice for all of us to see them on the field. And if we do this, if we succeed in the end, it's going to be because of the team. We have to do this as a team. We are not a team that is really, or we try to not be based on individuals in the way we do in the things on the field, even though our individuals are shining, within the structure, inside the structure, but we trust everyone who is involved. And like you said, today Goodman is coming back and is giving us a 3 points goal, which is a beautiful story for him and for all of us as a group.
Final question?
Good evening, Coach.
Evening.
On the back page, congrats on the win, firstly. Secondly, sort of forced by unfortunate circumstances, if you can say that, but how important is it getting a bit of a rest on Tuesday night when you would have been playing, when there was a game scheduled, but due to circumstances at other clubs, how important is it to get a bit of a rest instead of playing on Tuesday?
You mean the next Tuesday? Oof, that's it's a topic very difficult to make any comment from my side. There's a little bit of uncertainty around what's going to happen with that group of players. I wish that they can find the best solution for them in the end, because we're talking about people who's trying to do their jobs and working. But for me, it's difficult to answer your question. Like I said before to your college, I wish that we can be right now all with the same number of games and without this type of inconveniences, but these things sometimes happen in the competition. We have to accept it, not spend so much time thinking about things that are not going to happen anymore, and just try to look at the next game. The next game so far it looks is going to be Marumo Gallants in Bloemfontein on Saturday, and again another final for us to prepare.
Very much. This is the conclusion of our press conference. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you so much.